This video is sponsored by Tarot Stack. Hello there, my beautiful cozy babe girly pops, and welcome to the most coziest autumnal corner on the face of the internet. My name is Chloe Taylor, and today I'm going to be reading your cards. We are going to get a vibe check on what is currently going on. That's how you're going to know if the reading is for you. Then we're going to get some practical advice on what we can do with this energy. And then we are going to get like some extra oracle cards just to kind of see what else is happening. So if that reading sounds good to you, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, before we actually start shuffling and speaking with spirits, we are going to talk a little bit about today's sponsor. So if you are unfamiliar, first and foremost, oh my gosh, I'm getting so ahead of myself. Thank you to those of you that take a moment to listen to my ad reads. It means a lot to me, as they are like the only sponsor that we ever really work with. I'm pretty picky on my channel about who I will work with. And I actually this is like a great reputable company. So I'm so grateful that we get to work with them. Thank you so much to Tarot Stack. If you're unfamiliar what Tarot Stack is, they are an online tarot deck retailer. They help to get independent artist created tarot decks into your hands. Every single deck that you see today in this reading is from Tarot Stack. There are so many more available on their website. I always find that their decks are very unique. They have something for everyone. And like the quality alone should speak volumes, because as a professional tarot card reader, I literally use cards almost every day of my life. And honestly, a lot of the decks that I have are Tarot Stack decks, and I use them outside of creating content. And you'll notice the card stock really holds up. The imagery is very beautiful, and you get to help an independent artist too. So I would encourage you to take a look at their website. Link is going to be down below in the description box, and all of the decks that you see here today will be listed in the order that I use them. So if you want one that is very specific, you can get it. And thank you again, Tarot Stack. Now let's go ahead and get into this reading. So this is going to be a single pile reading, meaning this is just one message that I am channeling today. And it just feels very aligned. I feel like these readings sometimes are deeper even than the ones where we do a pick a card. I do believe that if you clicked on this reading, you were meant to get something from it. So even if it's just a portion of the reading or a certain deck that we use that you needed to hear, just pay attention for those signs and synchronicities. We are going to start with, I think we're going to start with this deck today. Actually, no, I think we're going to start with this one. So we will be using all four of them, but let's go ahead and get into it. All right, I will be doing a little bit of live shuffling. I don't always shuffle on camera, but I don't know, just kind of feels like a mood today. Also, we have our fall candles lit, my friends. It is that time of year. And I know, okay, it's July, but I am the queen of doing fall in July. That's something that I do in my house. If you don't follow me on social media, you haven't seen my office. I haven't shown it on the podcast yet since changing more things. I have Halloween lights up in my office now. I have a new neon sign that says, "Let's get cozy." I put fall leaves up everywhere. And now we're burning our autumn scents. Today we're burning pumpkin pecan waffle from Bath & Body Works. And it is just the vibe. Okay, so we're first going to get with this deck. What is currently going on? So what is currently going on? This part of the reading is going to help you to know if this reading is really, really for you. Because it's going to resonate. All right, let's see. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, not mad at it. We have the King of Swords. Also not mad at it. The Hermit. The Devil. And the Lovers. Okay, I'm getting a couple of mixed messages here. So there might be messages for multiple people here. So just give me a second. Number one, the first thing that I heard was the ex comes back. This is not a romance reading. Like, there's gonna maybe be some of that comes out, but that was the first thing I heard in my head with the Knight of Wands was like the ex coming back. Now, if you're watching this as it is going out, we do have Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Leo, which this can lead to exes coming back into your life. And I want to remind y'all that an ex coming back into your life, it doesn't have to be an ex-lover. It can also be an ex-friend. I feel like a lot of people forget about this with Mercury retrograde. When somebody says my ex, they always think it is romantic, but this could also be somebody that like you did a lot of creative work with, or somebody that had like this like charisma or spark that really interested you. Maybe that was how they drew you in, and then you found that they were just not a good person for you. Not to say that this person is even a bad person. They could be, but the first thing I really got was like, this is somebody that you were friends with for a season, or possibly romantically involved with for a season, maybe a few seasons, and they try to make an entrance into your life again. And I think it's really important that you know this person is not a part of your life for a reason, and you need to remind yourself of that, because psychologically, sometimes we will pick up on people that have been removed from our lives. And don't get me wrong, sometimes a second chance is totally necessary. Sometimes a third chance is necessary. But in this particular case, because I am seeing the Hermit, the Devil, and the King of Swords, or excuse me, the Knight of Swords. I think I said King of Swords, but it's the Knight of Swords. Because I am seeing these together, this is really telling me that like they left your life for a reason. You need to remember that you are okay by yourself. Like, being lonely is okay. No, it is not preferred, but do not let in your loneliness you decide to let this person back in and open the door again. That's what I'm getting at. Knight of Swords tells me you need to be keeping your boundaries about you, and you don't have to entertain these communications. Now, those of you that are like, no, that's not happening right now, I also feel like you need to not. This is somebody that has like a lot of you as the somebody. You have a lot of creative passion, but instead of culminating the ideas in your own time, you keep telling people about it. And then they're like, they basically don't speak life into you or your ideas. And you end up not starting because you feel like you don't have anybody supporting you. When in reality, you need to just double down in private and do your own thing and let the ideas evolve. Because I have to tell you, as a content creator myself, or somebody that has been in the realm of creation as a way of life for 15 years, there is nothing quite like being in the early tender stages of creation and letting somebody else's opinion of what you're doing snuff that artist out. It is a real thing. It does happen. And I feel like this maybe is something that has happened before. And this time, like, you need to learn to not speak on it until you feel like you have the confidence to back it up. Not to say that you won't get it, you will. It's just not time for you to be sharing with these people or like this person, because you need to let the spark evolve a little bit more. Yeah, that's where we are right now. So now I'm going to use this deck, the one that we had the star out. This deck in person, you can see it very well. Just on camera, because I'm under these lights, it's kind of hard to see, but it's a very beautiful deck. The imagery almost looks like watercolored, and it's got this like foiling detail. Very, very pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and shuffle. We're going to see some practical advice on the situation, what you need to hear practically. Okay. The Eight of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. The Five of Cups. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now. Ooh, the Nine of Cups. Okay, we love to see that. I'm going to tell you right now, as I tell anybody who comes across my page, if you wanted a reading that was sugar-coated, you should go talk to my dad. He's not a tarot card reader, but he is a candy vending machine business owner. And I always say that my father is Willy Wonka making candy at the candy factory, but Kloee Taylor, his daughter, is not. I don't sugarcoat my readings. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I see this Five of Cups as practical advice, you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on the wrong thing. You have so much around you that you need to be paying attention to. Because the Five of Cups tells me we're crying over spilled milk. We're crying over the past. We're crying over things that do not impact our current physical reality right now. We are living in a version of the past that we need to let go. Because what this tells me is we have good things in our life, but we are too busy paying attention to, we're like, oh, fuck our cups. Sorry, I probably shouldn't curse because YouTube gets all mad about that. But like, we're just like, oh no, we fumbled our cups. Like, let me pick this up and really show it to you. See how we have those two cups behind her that she's just not paying attention to? And then we have these three cups that we're so focused on. It's like we forget that there is goodness in our life. We forget that there is good things surrounding us, good people, good situations, new opportunities. And you're gonna fumble yourself if you don't let this rest and decide to shift your attention. And listen, I know it's not easy. I know that it is not easy. Nobody said it was going to be. I know that it's hard when you have been just totally given a downturn in your life, okay? You've been dealt a shitty hand. It's difficult to put that down and say, you know what, but what good things do I have going on? And I'm here to be that energetic mirror for you, to hold it up and say, is there a roof over your head? Is there food that you're going to eat? Have you eaten today? Did you wake up today? Do you have sheets on your bed? Do you have a vehicle that runs? Do you have a phone or a computer that you're listening to this on? You have so much more than you realize. And this isn't like that like bullcrap saying that's like, oh, there's starving kids in Africa, like eat. Like, I'm not trying to be like a condescending, arrogant little jerk. I'm trying to be very practical and real with you in the sense that that's all it takes. That's all it takes in the moment. It's not easy work, but in the moment when you are going down that thought spiral of all the things you don't have, of how terrible it went, and you're replaying these old scenarios and these old memories, you are defining your life by a figment of the past instead of defining your life in the moment by a figment of the present. And like, this is how you move on, is by looking at what you have in your life right now and saying, you know what? I could go down that thought spiral. I could go down that avenue. I could send myself off to think about all these terrible things, or I could focus on what's right in front of me, the ground underneath my feet, the cup of coffee in my hand, you know, whatever it is. Because when I see Eight of Wands, this tells me that you are in the presence of so many opportunities and things that are preparing to go in your favor. There are so many things right now that are trying to like, oh, you know what message I just got? I just heard that, like, it's like a phrase. I'm going to mess this up, but it's like, you know, when an arrow is pulled back, you just like an arrow, when you're being pulled back, you think you're being pulled backwards, but really you're going to be let go and shot forward, like kind of like an arrow, like this arrow right here. So what I see with that is these opportunities, these good things that are trying to come into your life. You might feel like you're being held back right now, but you're not. You're about to be shot forward. And notice that in this imagery, both of these pictures are the same woman. The same person here is crying over the past, but now we're paying more attention to where we're going. So that's the energy that you need to, like, basically, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm laughing because I know that there are like really stupid memes that people make of this, but just laugh with me, okay? It's like that saying also of like, you have two hungry wolves inside you, which one do you decide to feed? Like, you can feed the one that wants to despair, or you can feed the part of you that still sees the good, that wants to move in a new direction. And this is available for you. All the other cards around this are so supportive, okay? We have the Wheel of Fortune, which tells me that good karma is now coming your way because you have been dealt bad karma, okay? Now the good karma is coming. You have the universe has already been imbalanced. Now it needs to right itself and fix things. We also have the Nine of Cups, which tells me this is pure positivity. This is pure intention. What you want to draw into your life is now ready for you to call it in. Page of Crystals. Why the Page of Crystals? Why the Page of Crystals? I'm going to pull one more card. Five of Stars. Okay. The Page of Crystals with the Five of Stars, this is like, you need to stop believing every thought that you think. And like, trust me when I tell you, when people would say that to me, I used to get pissed. And I'd be like, what do you mean, don't believe everything I think? Like, aren't my thoughts important? Isn't this? And it was my husband actually that pulled me aside and he was like, Kloee, you cannot believe everything you think, because sometimes your mind spits out hot garbage. Like, sometimes your mind tells you every terrible thing about yourself and you should not believe all of that. And I was like, oh, I get it now. Like, you're totally right. My mind is not my enemy, but it maybe has been programmed to think terribly of myself, and I shouldn't listen to everything that I think. And so to me, this is more about those self-limiting, self-defeating thoughts that you're just kind of allowing to build and build and build and build, when you're going to have to turn the other cheek and start building in a different direction, because you already know where this goes. You've been there. You've lived in this. You already know where this goes, and it's nowhere that you want to be. So like, you have a choice. Basically, you have a choice and you are able to choose. Now, those of you that were like, the ex is coming back earlier in the reading, honestly, the advice that you need to hear is just to avoid that. You do not have to respond to the communication. In fact, it's almost like it's a test to see if you're ready to like really move on. And you can sit and ruminate on the past that you had with them, but it is so much sweeter. And so like, what I'm hearing from Spirit is it is so much sweeter to like not taste the bitter fruit. Like, it is so much sweeter to just let life be sweet again and pay attention to the things. And this isn't about like toxic positivity, okay? We don't need to glaze over every terrible thing, and like, that's not what I'm saying. I would never ever be an advocate for that. You know, toxic positivity, it just puts glitter on shit, for lack of better words. Like, you can put glitter on shit all you want, but it's still going to be shit. It still stinks. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, that is not necessarily the way through, but you can start to dismantle those limiting thoughts that keep you stuck, keep you feeling like you're not worthy, and that you attract the same kind of people, or you always like have people in your life that are not the best. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, I want to look at these astrology cards that we have. Just see what else Spirit wants you to know with this reading. Second house. Okay, if you're tripping about money, about your finances, you need to stop. And I know, girl, as a Taurus, as the resident Taurus in this house, I understand how difficult that is, okay? We are always thinking about our bag. But Spirit is telling me that you're focused on the wrong thing. You think that money is going to solve this issue where, yes, it might help, right? Who's going to say no to more financial abundance? It might help your situation, But you're going to find that when you reach that pinnacle that you're grasping and grasping and grasping for, it's kind of like that saying. A lot of phrases are coming to me right now in this reading. I don't know why. Like, your guides are very, very into using quotes and words today. But it's like that phrase, wherever you go, there you are. When you hit this, like, because you will manifest the money, period. But wherever you go, there you are. You're going to have this money, and then all your problems are still going to be there. So, yes, don't get it twisted. Finances will solve some problems. People who said that money doesn't buy happiness are liars, because it buys comfort, which can help you to get to a happier state. I will die on that hill. But the problems that you face that we've been talking about, you're still going to feel that even if you had all the money in the world. So it's important that we learn right now how to adjust to letting our nervous system feel good when we get to this place. Okay. Ooh, okay. All right. The cards be flying. We also have the first quarter moon, which this tells me that you are at the very beginning stages of something, and it's really important that you let things develop. You let things grow. You let the tender soil sprout things. When you plant a seed, right, for something new, you don't go out into the backyard an hour after you plant it and dig up the seed and go, oh my God, why aren't you a plant yet? Like, you leave it under the soil, you gently water it, you take care of it. Think of yourself this way. Gently take care of yourself. I think you're already doing it. Like, if you're not somebody that's already doing it, this is your sign to do it. But I think the energy I'm really connecting with is somebody that's already doing this. You're already nurturing yourself, feeding yourself well, working out, like that song from Queen Herbie, working out, sleeping in, take your vitamins, right? That's the vibe. Okay, and then a couple extra messages I want to, oh gosh, these cards. I usually don't feel like I have flyers a lot when I shuffle, but they are just ba-bam right now. You are safe. The universe has your back. Oh, I feel like you just needed to be told that, honestly. Why this camera doesn't want to focus for us is beyond me. That's a little better. Okay. And a new beginning. Have courage to open a new door. Wow. I don't even feel like I need to. I think those two cards really hit you. Like, I think those two cards really were like, whoa, that resonated so hard. I don't even think I need to elaborate. Like, Spirit is like, no, we just wanted those messages. So that is the reading that I have for you. Thank you so much, Tarot Stack, for sponsoring today's video. If you like this reading and you want to see more from me, I do have my Patreon link down below for you, where I just produced a vlog that's going out over there. It's probably already up. And I also just produced a pick a card that's all about like the next self-care and stuff that you need. So if you want to see those, as well as my astro and tarot reports and so much more, there's like 500 plus posts on my Patreon that you unlock the moment that you join. So check that out down below. It helps me as a small creator. And I also have recently, y'all, girl, I have been on my social media game. You have not seen me much on this platform, but I have been all over TikTok and Instagram lately. Like, girl, we just had a viral moment. We had videos on multiple platforms hit 1 million views. That's where I've been. If you've missed me, I have been working on just like other stuff. So if you want to come follow me over there, I'm at Kloee Taylor on both platforms, spelled exactly the same way there as it is here, no space. And I would love to have you on the platform to come and say, hey, tell me that you came from here. Send me like a little like sparkly emoji or something. And I feel like I'm forgetting some things. Oh, my podcast. Oh my God. My podcast, The Cozy Babes Club. If you love my readings, you will love my podcast. I promise you that. Very much the same energy. And it's called the Cozy Babes Club. It's available everywhere you listen to podcasts. You can search my name or the Cozy Babes Club on any podcasting platform and you'll find it. It's also available here on YouTube under the same name, the Cozy Babes Club. So definitely check that out if you're looking for it. And thank you so much for tuning in. I love you so much. Please do not forget, when you stand on your own authenticity, you empower everyone around you to do the same. And I will talk to you next time. Bye.